Hello everybody, welcome to another live stream. This is Roger, and we are going to be doing nice little short flight from Liverpool to Liverpool Logan to Isle of Man, and we are going to be in the at ATR 72. Now this is going to be my second flight in this aircraft. I had to sort of go through a flight school training, sort of learn how to fly the aircraft. Not steady level way, but in a sort of a seamless way. So it's being able to get aircraft on programmed in the air and then safely landing at the other side. And yeah, so far I've actually enjoyed the aircraft. I've been missing turboprop aircrafts. I've been patiently waiting for the majestic de Havilland Dash 8 Q400, and basically yeah, the wait seems to be unknown for how long for, but this is sort of an aircraft that's a good option, good second option for me anyway, something that I have enjoyed learning to fly, and hopefully I can do this. I call this like soft tutorials, something quite simple, simply just sort of getting in the aircraft and getting the aircraft from A to B as safely as possible and as fun as possible. So now my previous flight was from Gibraltar to Palma de Mallorca, and it was about a 2-hour flight. And I chose that long flight because this aircraft usually does this flights that I'm actually doing. So very short flights, short hops, roughly about an hour to an hour and a half flight. But the previous flight I did obviously was 2 hours. I mean, I spent a little bit more time in the cockpit, in air with the, got a little bit more familiar with the aircraft, with the cockpit and its how to sort of fly it properly. So this flight is just going to be me doing something simpler, so a short flight, which is this is actually a real life flight, which is a Logan flight from Liverpool to Isle of Man. I think it's LM 688. There's an earlier flight which is LM 682, and that's I think early morning. But with this is a lot simpler. So yeah. Anyway, so with that, I'm going to pop back into the cockpit, and we'll continue on from there. So as you can see, the cockpit is cold and dark. I have turned on the flight pads here, or the PFDs, and I've sort of attached all the ground, open the doors, attach the ground power, put the wheel chocks on, and pull the tail prop, which is the tail, which is like a I'll show you this. It's this little thing here, which stops the aircraft from falling backwards when they're loading, because everyone loads from the back to the front, and the cargo is at the main cargo door is at the front as well, just behind the cockpit. But yeah, so when the aircraft is being loaded, you can't easily tip it on its tail. So that's there to sort of to stop stop the aircraft from stop that from happening. So you can safely board the aircraft without damaging it. So back into the cockpit, as you can see, the ground power is being attached. I can now turn on the aircraft. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the battery switch latch. I'm going to turn on the battery. Sorry, turn on the battery. Close the latch, and the aircraft's going to power. Then, as you can hear, everything is coming up now. So I can now turn on the ground power. Okay, so while that's happening, we're going to go through. We're going to get ATC clearance for everything we need to do. So you're going to have to bear me a little bit as I'm trying to sort of remember the flow. Now, my overall goal is to be able to sort of do my own flight plan. So create my own flight plan, so I just have to get through the aircraft, or the procedures a lot quicker than actually having to read a flight plan. Now, it is recommended to obviously know the flight plan to be able to familiarize yourself with the flight plan. So this is sort of the simpler way for me to do so. So as you can see, it's very dark, so I can't really see much. So what I want to do now is get some lighting in here. So first is going to be the dome light. That's going to turn it on to bright. Compass light, we don't really need that. Storm light can come on. And we can now turn on the navigational lights and logo lights. I can't see anything at the moment. It's a little bit dark. I can't even see. 1 second. Let me see if I can position myself a little bit better. Because I can't really see all that much. Okay, so I'll get the lighting on. Okay. Now and logo lights are on. I'm going to turn on the beacon lights, but leave that us for now. Yeah, so let me move back up to the top. It's going to be hard to see, but that's fine. I'll just make sure that we're at the right. Yeah, we've got everything on. So I've got prop brakes off. Prop brake is off. So I'm gonna have to put that on. So prop brake is on, just because we are going to be going to something called hotel mode, which is basically turning on the engine but without the propellers. So that's something I'm going to go through shortly. So you have to bear with me because I'm a little bit stuck to this. I'm going to turn on the windshield lights heats because it's fairly cold today and it's very windy as well. There's a bit of rain as well, so a bit of moisture, so we will be able to freeze on the wing. So that's something we're going to deal with. So I'm going to turn on the turn on the device. That's just because we have a lot of feet. I'm going to leave the CPS signs off until we've actually loaded the aircraft. I'm going to arm the external lights and I'm going to make the backlighting a little bit bright. So that's that. Let me see if there's anything else. I'm going to leave the. Yeah, I'm going to turn off the bleeds because we don't need them at the moment. Hydraulic should be off as well, but for some reason it starts on when you are when you start in cold and dark. So that's something I'm gonna have to deal with. So there should be a lot of white lights sort of dotted about the overhead here. Okay, I think let's move on to the next phase. So aircraft is warming up, and we can now start to get everything sorted. So what I'll do is I'll start the clock. So this is just the first officer's chronos, which is the clock, basically just times from gate to gate. So it's going to take a bit of time because this is sort of a tutorial, and tutorials do take a long time to do the flight planning. So anyway, so we're going to go here and we're going to import the operational flight plan, which is from SimBrief. Okay, because I've logged in already to SimBrief, so all my flight plans are going to be directly straight to here. I've also saved it on the SimBrief app, which is something I downloaded and installed on the app on the desktop. Okay, so we've imported the flight plan, and let's get everything else now sorted. So we've got the weather information here. So we're going to set flight plan. We're going to send that to the FMC. Okay, we're going to set the fuel. We're also going to set the payload as well. So we're going to have to do the same here still, because for a reason it doesn't do it automatically. So I'm going to go here, load the plane, and we're going to get the information that we need for the for this flight. So we don't need this. Well, we do need the toolbar, which is the SimBrief toolbar, which is actually quite good. That's a good addition. Well, it's been around for a while, for over a year now, but I'm just making my way to it now. But anyway, so let's go to the SimBrief flight plan. So this LM688, and it's yeah. So 0 fuel weight is going to be what is it? 20742, which should be rounded to 20.7 tons. Okay, so yeah, is that. And then fuel is going to be 1 496, and that's going to be the block fuel, which gives us a gross weight of 22.238. Okay, so I'm going to load that. Just double check just to make sure. If you're not sure, just double click that again to load, and you can now close that. And you can also set the trim as well. So all the information is going sent to our FMC. It's more similar to, this is more similar to a Airbus, but it's yeah, it's its own, but it's actually quite a little bit similar to the Airbus. So all right, so let me see if I can get some more lighting in here. Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to sort of work my way around to remind myself. So okay, so we've got that in. We're gonna have to come and program the FMC next, but just make sure that everything else is okay. Okay, so hydraulics is off. We don't need hydraulics pressurized, just in case it does, because when it pressurizes itself, it does actually move the control sensor. So someone's got their finger in the control part, in one, you know, between someone working on the ground. Got their fingers between either the flaps or the ailerons or anything like that. We can easily get that crushed. So it's quite serious thing to consider, to think of. So anyway, so let's turn that to bright. Okay, and what else? So I don't need to do anything else there because that's just controls for the for these big screens here. Okay, so we're gonna set the barometric pressure to local, and then yeah, sorry, cruising altitude. I believe we're cruising at. So let's set that up. So cruising altitude is 12,000 feet. So it's a very short flight, very low altitude. So pretty much going to be in the air for a very short time before we start to consider landing. So I'll consider our approach to Isle of Man. So let me just get this set up. So 12,000 feet, 12,000 feet. That's good. Okay, and yeah. So decision height is. So I'm going to put it 200. Height is 200 feet. I believe it is. I know it's not, but I'm just gonna simplify it just for something. Just because most airports decision height are yeah, it's usually around about 200 feet. So I'm gonna keep it the same. It would be best to be higher with the weather and everything, but like I'm trying to simplify this flight for myself, really, because this is more of me sort of reminding myself of the reminding myself of how to fly this aircraft than anything else. So we're gonna get the weather. We do need the weather information for this. So So I think I can move on to the next part, and that's to get this programmed. So first, I'm gonna go to the main screen. It's going to be the ATR. So this is just a lot of information, aircraft information. Then we're going to go to the position initialization page, and we're going to select GPS, and then sensor initiate. Okay, and then I don't think there's another page. Nope. So I'm going to return back here. I'm going to go into the weight. So just double check, make sure all these weights are right. So zero fuel weight here is 20580. This doesn't seem right, but it's fine. I'm not gonna sort of I'm not gonna try and compete with the with this aircraft, so I'm just gonna leave everything in. But I should just make sure. 20742. So it's not allowed. So I have to do that from the other screen. That's fine. So I'm gonna leave that as that because really it should be what SimBrief is requesting. So 0 fuel weight, as you can see here, it's not. Yeah. So 20742. So go back here. 20742. So load that. It's not doing that, so I don't know why. Yeah, it's not doing that. Maybe if I go and do it from here. So set payload, set fuel. Nope, I think that is the maximum anyway. So it's not trying to. Yeah, it's not trying to overdo. It's okay. Let me see. I just need to get this sorted. Let me just make sure that it is something that I cannot change or cannot properly edit. So let's make sure. So 20742. Okay, and fuel is 1496. Oops, 1496. So do that. Do that also. So I think it is just loading from. So it's still loading. So okay, maybe that's what's happening. So it's still loading the fuel and the cargo and passenger all that. So maybe it's still in progress. So we've done that. I'm going to also set the trim as well. So that's going to be done for us as well. Okay. So we have to return back to this page shortly. So I'm going to go back, return. And now we're going to go to our nav data. Just double check. Yeah, everything is good. The expiry. Yeah. So yeah, the rucksack. I think yeah, that's I think that's up to date. So that's fine. So flight plan initialization phase. So I'm going to go to route. So as you can see, everything is good. Just gonna select. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna select. We're gonna input the arrival and departure. So departure and arrival airport. So EGGP to EGNS. So put that in there. That's good. Select and then execute, and that's the flight plan all in there. So we have to come back to this because we do have to do the departure and arrival page. So we're gonna have to also so yeah, we're gonna have to do that on this page here. So actually yeah, let's do that first, and then we'll come back and do everything else later on. So let's do the departure. So departure. Now, okay, there's a lot to go through this aircraft, but like I said, I'll try to do this light. There's a lot of think of this as a touch screen. So the different parts of the screen that you touch to do all different types of clicking back, things like that. So yeah, so for example, if I want a nav display, I click the top. If I want systems, I think systems is bottom here. Yeah, so that's systems, and then up here is yeah, this is the systems. This is the yeah. Okay, I didn't remember this. But yeah, so like I said, this is not a really proper flight. It's just me sort of getting used to this aircraft. And this is the map page. So all these are current similar to basically all down here. So you have map, nav, display, systems, performance, miscellaneous, vid, and map. So they are pretty much put on that screen. So I don't think it's realistic in the real aircraft, but this is something that a server or in a build. So I think in a build that would have done this These are pretty much are the ones who went for this option. So you can do the same for all the screens here, including the first officer's screens as well. So this is a now screen here. So if you want to change and change the format, so you go into plan mode, you can click left, right, and then sort of go through the different formats. If you want to zoom in, you have to click the bottom. If you want to zoom out, the top. So that's how that works. Okay, so let me get this aircraft ready to go. So departure runway is I think it's taking off runway 9. Yeah, runway 9, and we're using wave also take off runway 9, and we're using the Wavell to the SID. We're going to execute that, so that gives us a very sharp left turn here, which is going to be quite a challenging thing to do, but yeah, so by then I probably will have I might hand fly that turn, or just let it, let the autopilot do that, but it's going to be a very wide left turn. It's pretty much a U-turn, or V literally. Okay, so we're going to cycle through, so I want to put it into plan mode. So this is plan mode, so let's skip through. So as you can see, flight plan is there, and the arrival page, that's what we're going to have to do next. So impact 1. Okay, and now we're going to do the arrival, and we're going to be landing runway 8, which is also an ILS. So ILS runway 8. There's no stars or transitions, so it's just a straightforward. Probably mostly going to be just a manual approach. So let's zoom in and sort of fix some of this, because there is something that we need to do here. So okay, so as you can see, there's a I think it's this one. Yeah, so okay, I need to sort this out first. So first of all, I'm going to clear this discontinuity here, execute, and now yeah, so this is Ludos to IOM. So we're going to get rid of the IOM, and yeah, so we need to get rid of this as well. So that's going to be the EGNS, and yeah, execute that. So that's that. So that's pretty much going to be another very sharp right turn, which also might be manual, or yeah, manually flight sort of towards the side, and then make it a simpler square than sharp V. So that's probably going to be the option there. I think that's the flight plan. Yeah, that's the flight plan done. Sharp right turn, or sharp left turn, sharp right turn. So hopefully we should have slowed down just enough that this turn would be a lot less simpler or easier to do. Anyway, so that's that. We can now go back to the menu. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the performance page. Okay, so all this has been done for us. Operation altitude, maximum cruise, basically. So I think this is the alternate and cruise. So our alternate is actually going to be Belfast. I think that's Dublin or Belfast. I can't remember which one I chose. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, so we're going with Belfast. So EG. Yeah, EG. EGAC. And probably be cruising at 10,000 feet. Okay, so that's that. Okay, I'm gonna return, and then I think we're done with the with this now. I could check the weight again. Seems to be everything seems to be fine. Yeah, everything seems to be fine. Don't have to do anything else now. 0p weight, fuel, and everything is in, so that's good. So that is that. This is the programming complete. So we're gonna have to now go and go through this checklist. So let's set this back to the correct format. I can't remember which it was. I think it's this one here. Okay. I don't think I'm going to be using ADF, so I'm just going to keep it as VOR 1 and 2. Okay, and then so yeah, I think this is. Oh, sorry, yeah. Go back to nav display. Zoom in. This is sort of going to be easier for us. I want to keep it in map mode because I do want to have a good look at where we are and how to get to the runway. I mean, it's pretty simple way to get to the runway, but yeah, we'll just keep it like this. So have a good view. I think that should be it. Now we gotta do the comms, nav, and I think surveys. So just make sure all that information is correct. So the VHS has comms, so that's correct. Nav, that's going to be done automatically for us, but I am going to keep an eye out just to make sure that we are on the right thing. So I'm not going to use any ADF. Nav display, I'm going to put nav aids and airport. Now we're going to use weather because it's quite bad weather at the moment, and we're going to set the radar dish set above. Okay, click nav again, and we're going to just have we're going to have this format. So we're going to have so I don't really want to use this one yet. I'm still getting used to aircraft. So I'm going to keep it quite simple, keep it old-fashioned. Okay, so I'm going to go to SUV. Transponder is on. We can now turn on the turn on the transponder from standby to on, and then TCAS. Put that all to on, and that's that done. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to keep that on weather, and yeah, I think we can now get to the next phase. Okay, and yeah, so everything else is done. I'm going to come up here, click on flight director to turn on the flight director. Yeah, flight director is on. I'm going to select. I can't see it properly. Okay, let's move a little bit closer to the screen. So I'm going to click nav and VNav. So that's going to be the LNav and VNav, basically. I don't know if it has the toga function. Yeah, so it does have toga function, but don't really need that. So I'm going to use just going to use LNav and VNav. Okay, so that's that. So we need to go to the heading. So we're going to do runway heading, which is 90 degrees. Oh yeah, I should just don't click it. Okay. degrees, good. Okay, and that's going to be synced with the first officers as well, so we don't have to do it twice. We don't need the course because basically we're using FMS following the FMS. So that's pretty much it. So I think I'm good to sort this out now. So go through the checklist. So there's two clicking spots. So there's one to go up and one to go down, and then there's one that's to pretty much press enter. So we're going to do that. And we're going to accept procedure complete. Okay, so this is going to be the final cockpit preparation. This is the second one. So parking brakes are on. Altimeter is set. Check. Landing elevation. Oh, 0. Yes, check. Okay, and this is going to be fuel quantity and fuel on board. So I'm happy with that. That's how much fuel we have. And okay, so let's give it that. engine fuel used. So I'm just going to reset that just in case there's any. So there isn't, so that's good because we haven't used any fuel yet. We haven't turned on the fuel. We haven't turned on the APU yet, or turn on the engine. So it's actually turning on the engine, not actually turning on the APU. But similar thing, similar, basically jet engine. So, yep. So memo panel, that's good. Power management, it's takeoff. So that's here. And yeah, so before propeller rotation. So this is after we've done the hot start. Oh, sorry, the hotel mode. So going into hotel mode is pretty simple. First you want to do is obviously close every door. So let's get everything else sorted here. So I'm gonna close the main door, close the cargo door. I can actually get rid of the tail hook as well. I'm gonna leave the ground power and wheel chocks on for the moment, but just to obviously let everybody know that the aircraft is the engine's not going to be turning on shortly. We are going to have to turn on the beacon lights and also the wing lights as well. Okay, so go to the outside, and that's sort of yeah, that's sort of the lighting there. So you can see the beacon lights at the top and bottom, and yeah, so I think we're good to get to the next phase. Actually, get starting up the engine. So I wish I had more lighting in here. There should be a better way of yeah, there should be more lighting in there because I can't see anything at all. It's a very dark cockpit. But actually, one thing I need to do as well is to close the cabin door. So let me just move that across. All right, so passengers are in, nice, and we can now lock the doors. Back into position. Okay. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to get myself a little more familiar with the lighting as well because there's quite a few. There's one here. I'm not sure how to turn that on. Select. Okay. That's good. Okay. All right. Let's continue. Okay. So when you're going to start the engine, you have to make sure that the prop brake is on. So you can just open up that flap, move it to the on position, and then close the latch. So this prevents the propellers from spinning while you're starting up. So you really just want to have the engine itself. So this disconnects the shaft and actually spins the propellers. So it's actually quite interesting. I've never seen any aircraft. First time I've actually seen an aircraft that actually does something similar to this. But I think the Dash, the Havilland Dash 8 Q400 basically has its own APU as well, which is its own dedicated APU, which is attached at the back of the at the back of the tail, and basically, yeah. So this is the first time I've actually seen an aircraft that actually uses this procedure. So now that the prop brakes are off, I can now start turn on the fuel pumps. Let's move up to the top screen. So quickly go through the flows again, just to make sure everything's right. So fuel pump is on. Ground power is still connected. Now start switch to start switch A B, or you can start A and B. So I was keeping A and B just to make sure that I don't miss it. Okay, prop brake is on. Hydraulics can now come on, and then I'm going to keep off the pitot heat and oxygen until after the engine is started, because you can use the bleed air to actually feed the fuel, feed the cockpit with air. I'm going to turn on the seatbelt signs, and then I'm going to turn on the yeah, I'll turn on the I'll turn on the bleed now, just in case. So I'm going to turn on the bleed now. So this is going to be used to start up the engine number 1. All right. So with that, I can now okay, actually, let's go back down here. Just make sure that both condition levers are in cut-off position. That's going to be quite important. So I think we're good to start up the engine now. I'll probably say we are. Gust lock is going to be that's the gust lock there. That's going to have to be left there because that's going to be good for taxing. But if we want to check, well, anyway, yeah, if you want to check the flight controls, we'll have to turn that off. So that's fine. That's good. Let's start the engine. So go back to the top. Go to start 2 and click that. So come up to the engine page, and you can see it starts to rise. And when it gets up to 10%, then you put the condition lever to feather. Oh, yeah, feather mode. So it's basically idle. So this basically feather mode basically allows the aircraft to okay, it controls the position of the blades. So if it's in feather mode, basically it turns it 90 degrees, so it actually doesn't bite into the to the wind, and there's less resistance on the blades. So because it cause the aircraft, cause the engine to have a hot start, which is not what you want, because that's So basically, it just makes it easy for the engine when it's starting up. So you should be able to hear that the engine is started and the blade is not spinning. So that's how you know that you're in engine mode. You can see back here there's heat coming out of the exhaust of the engine. So we are in hotel mode officially. So let's go back to the cockpit. Okay, I'm happy with this. So the aircraft is now powered by the engine / APU. So back to the top. Cycle through, just make sure everything else is good. Cycle through again, make sure everything is good. Good. Okay, now turn off the ground power. We don't really need that. We do have the engine generators on, so that should be fine. The bleed air, don't really need that. So I could turn on the probe heats, but I want to turn on the probe heats after we've actually started moving. But I am going to turn on the oxygen for the cabin. Okay, I think we are now good to get to the next phase. So the rain has stopped, so it's a little bit better weather. So let's do the checklist now, just to make sure that we've actually set the train. Okay, yeah. So okay, CDLs on, FMC and takeoff data, that's gone, confirmed. Train, yes, 0.7 up. Tail props on board, yep. Doors are closed, so just double check, make sure all the doors are closed, that's good. Seatbelts on, beacon lights are on, and I'm going to the next one. So this is going to be the DC gen, so affected off. Okay, yeah, that's good. So that's good. Yeah. So that's just turn this off now. So ground power is gone. We can also move the wheel chocks as well. So we should have. Okay, parking brakes are on. Okay. So we are now good to get to the next part. So I'm going to turn the program onto this page, and I'm going to put where is it? So yeah, I need to cycle through actually just to make sure everything else is good. So flight plan design, directive, we don't need that. Performance page, we've done that already. This is going to be the V speeds, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that. So V speeds are V1 is 112, sorry, 112. VR is 112 as well, same, and V2 is going to be 115. So V1, VR, V2. Transition altitude, I'm going to put, I think it's 5,000 for Liverpool. Just going to make sure. Okay, so this is going to be the cruise page. Don't have to worry about this. Most of this is going to be done for us. There's a lot of information that we should request, but it's fine. I'm not going to bother too much. We're going to be cruising at 12,000 feet anyway. Okay. So, like I said, I'm trying to simplify this this information. So we can't put in the information, weather information for Isle of Man. Okay, let me just get the meta-taf.com. Okay, so wind direction is actually varied, but we're going to say 10 degrees at the moment. 10 degrees. Winds are 10 knots. Gust doesn't really say, but I'm going to put 10. Yeah, around about 10. So temperature is 5 degrees, so it's actually very cold at the moment everywhere. So yeah, I'm going to put 10 gust. Okay, activate. Oh, deselect, sorry. That's approach, sorry, yeah, I should have done that. Okay, performance page, all good, all good. That's good, so no messages. The data doesn't have to do anything else, we've got everything there. VNav, we've just gone through this, I think. So yeah. Cruise. Somebody did not select it. Yeah, there's still a bit. Yeah, I need to learn, but that's fine. All right, that's good. And yeah, that's good. So let's go on to the flight plan page, and let's get pushback. Yeah, let's push back and get on our way. Okay, so let's double check, make sure everything else is how I want it. So there's different modes. So you can have it this way, or you can have it like this. So centering is better because you can sort of have a better view of the aircraft around you, especially with TCAS on. Okay. We need to have de-icing on, so that's something that we're going to have to do. Actually, we might have to do that now, so we do not forget. Anti-icing. Okay, less than 20. Yeah, so that's good. So it is less than 10 degrees. But okay, let's just turn those off for now. And then, excuse me, once I turn on the engine, or once we started engine rotation, then we can go to the next phase. Okay, brilliant. Now let me just sort of sort out with the next screen. Okay, sorry, I'm just sorting something out on my laptop. Like I said, it's something I do anyway. Alright, brilliant. So, back here, have a look around, and as you can see, we are pretty much clear to go. There's no one around. It's pretty dark. There's very little to see, but it's a short flight anyway. There's not much to see, so let's find out which way we're heading. So our takeoff runway is to our left, so taking off from that side, pushing back to the left. Okay, so let's start this pushback stuff. Okay, so we're at stand 8. Okay, stop here. So that's going to be our push dog. So it's just one of the new ones. I rarely see them anymore. I rarely see this, but yeah, that's sort of what it is. Just a simple thing that pushes back and pushes smaller aircrafts. Usually, to be honest, I can actually reverse using the propellers with the reversers, but yeah, we're going to use pushback for now. Okay, bear with me 1 second. Okay, so just double checking, make sure everything else is good on my end with the stream. So yeah, we're good here. Let's see if we still need any of this here. So maintenance now, option page now, performance page. Yes, we do need this. So just make sure. So reverse is going to be on. It's not dry, it's actually wet, so that's something I had to include. There's standing water as well, so just put wet just to make it simple. So VH speeds are 112, 112, 115, so still the same. Yeah, so we're gonna leave it. Yeah, I'm not gonna touch anything else. So I will have to come back to here though. So I don't need to do any of that. Menu, FMS, edit page, and I think it's the performance. No, it's not that. No. Okay, I'm trying to remember where it is. No, that's a wait. The position. Not that. Okay. Yeah. So I'm not going to confuse myself anymore. Let's get on our way. Okay. So let's start pushback. So there's not going to be any dialogue, but we are going to be having to pay attention to what they're doing. So pro brake is still on. We need that on for the moment, just because of the fact that it is. Yeah, we still have crew walking around the aircraft, and it sort of allows us to sort of come close to the aircraft. But with the beacon lights on, and yeah, everything else on, really shouldn't be anybody near the aircraft now. So I'm going to turn on the wipers, useless wipers really, but yeah, it's good for immersion supposedly, but if it's not used and no use, then I suppose not. So I think the yeah, he's waiting, so let's push back. Okay, let's close. So nice and easy. Just wait for the aircraft to sort of stop before we in fact, what I could do, I could start both engines, but to be honest, I'd rather just yeah, I'd rather just start the engine. Sorry, the propellers So still pushing back. Now to start the propellers, you do want to have to you have to come here and click this hydraulics auxiliary pump. Click that, and it says ready. So unlatch the hook. So the only thing is that the position is a little bit difficult, so you have to sort of move to first officer position. Yep, so yeah, props on, so the props should start spinning. Oh, sorry, yeah. So prop brake is on. Click that to off position, close it, and there you go. It just starts spinning. Okay, so I don't know what's happened there. Let's turn on the oh, that as well, the bleed. Okay, I don't know why. Engine has stopped spinning. I think it's because it was like that. It doesn't matter. So we're here. Put the brake on. Put back in the cockpit. Solve the issue. Okay. Okay. So let's try this again. Turn on the hydraulics, auxiliary hydraulics. Okay. There you go. Now I'm gonna go to first position. Yeah. So you have very limited time to get this done. And here we go. So let's watch the propellers start. Yeah, so you're given I think it's like 10 seconds or 15 seconds or so to sort of get the propeller spinning. So now that because it's still on idle, you don't want to give it some oomph. So I'm gonna move that to the auto page. So condition lever into auto position. Okay. Nice and easy. So powering up, and we can now move on to the next engine. So engine number 1. So turn on the fuel pumps for engine number 1. Bleed valves for the engine number 2. Is going to be used to start engine number 1. So we're going to take some air from engine number 1 from the compressor stage. I'm going to use it to start up engine number 1. So with that, start switch into start A and B, and then click the start button. So once again, wait until it gets to 10%, and then put it into idle or flavor mode. Move to the out position again. There you go, it's starting up. Alright, so we can now move the condition lever to auto, and we're going to leave that for the duration of the flight, so you don't really have to mess with that all that much anymore. Okay, so we've got our taxi clearance. Both engines are started, so we're good to go. Okay, and so the before taxi is going to be the next one. Okay, so bear with me. Yeah, so I'm going to move back to the top and just make sure everything else is good. So actually, first things first, let me set flaps to take off flaps, which is flaps 15. We do not have any spoilers, so that's something you have to cut it because speed brakes, so yeah, you don't have to worry about that. And now you have two options here. You have ground idle and flight idle. So you push it forward, and that's flight idle. Put it back, and it's ground idle. So it manages what the base speed is, base propeller speed is for each state. So if on the ground you want it to land a bit less, in the air you want it to have higher idle. So that's sort of why that is. Okay, let me now go to the top. I could turn on the taxi lights on yet, so let's come back here. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the floors again just to make sure everything's good. Storm lights can go off. That can go to dim. Okay, we need to turn on the what is it? This TRU. Okay, TRU. Okay, battery is on. That's good. That's good. Start switch can go to off. Prop brakes can stay off. Okay, prop heats can come on. Gonna turn on the anti-icing. Okay, airframe as well, so that's good. Oxygen is on. Good, 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 and we are set. Yeah, we're good to go. So I'm just gonna put that on low, and then yeah, the lighting is really bad in here, so I'm gonna have to get. I think I just used a different cockpit, color. I think it's a grey. The actual color cockpit color is it's like a blue, which is similar to like Russian aircraft. So I didn't like it. I went for this option of grey. There's another one in black as well, but it doesn't really matter. So that's pretty much it. Taxi lights on. Release the brakes, and let's get this aircraft rolling. Hopefully. Okay. We need to do the. We need to do a taxi checklist. So before taxi, FMC recall. So recall is just there's nothing to recall. I'll show you how to do that. Cockpit match. That's fine. Hatch. That's fine. CL12 check. Anti-icing on. Yes, let's go anti-skid test. That's just this one here. Anti-skid test. Okay, that skid is good. We do need that because it's quite slippery. Plus 15, NWS on. Taxi checklist. Taxi lights on. Brakes off. FGCP, FMA. That's good. Takeoff config, which is just this one here. Okay. Before takeoff checklist is going to be the one that's pending. So we're going to make our way to the runway. So apply a bit of power. Release the brakes. Really beautiful. So I need to make sure I find my way around this airport because I am not familiar with Liverpool at night. Yeah, but I'm gonna have to work my way around to make sure I mean, I know where I'm going. The runway is just down there, but I just have to make sure. I don't have my chats on because I got the moderator channel, stream on the screen, so I can't really do all that much. So we do have icing. Okay, left is clear. Okay, so I'm going to be doing before takeoff checklist. So just to make sure, I am going to turn on the strobe lights. There you go, black and white lights. I don't know if you can control the cabin lighting, but I'll have to check the menu. I'll have to check the PFD shortly. But I'm pretty sure we have probably have cabin lighting. Okay, we're at the runway, so I'm just going to hold a little bit ahead here, so just make sure that so once we stop here, I'm going to quickly go through the flight controls. Okay, so for that, actually, okay, dome lights are off. Should have turned that off a little bit earlier, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so first thing, take the gas lock off. Now we have, we can actually go through the controls. So full left, full right, full up, full down, rudder, full left, full right. Okay. So traffic briefing, takeoff briefing. Sorry, gas lock is off. Flight controls, transponder as desired. Transponder should be on. Okay. Okay, weather radar is on. Navigator is on. PFD. That's going to be normal. In fact, that's primary flight display. Transponder 1 on, good. TCAS, auto. You can have like what is it? Traffic only, but I'm gonna have it on auto. And yeah, that's it. So let's continue with the checklist. So boost function as required. Airflow normal. Cabin crew advised. Engine bleed as required. External lights on. Lateral flight director bar centered, and rudder cam check. So that's checklist complete. So just to get rid of that, just press clear and then recall what we've done with it now. So that just pops up when we need when the next checklist is required. So let the cabin know. Okay. And now let's request for takeoff.
Liverpool Tower, Logan Bravo, 4 Lima Golf, ready for IFR departure, runway 9er.
Logan Bravo, 4 Lima Golf, QNH, 30 wind 281.
Alright, clear for takeoff. Landing lights on. Start the clock. Release the brakes. Lights and power.
For takeoff, runway 9er, Logan Bravo, 4 Lima Golf.
Okay, approaching runway 9. So could do a rolling start, but I want to sort of stop and take a deep breath. It does help too. And it's also good to stop as well because you have a good time. Yeah, it gives a bit of time to have a look around. Also see if the wind, keep an eye on the windsocks. If there's any change in wind direction or anything like that during the time you're taxiing, and everything looks to be good. I'm happy to continue. So I'm gonna release the brakes. Hold it on foot brake for a sec, and then slowly advance power. Release. you want to get it to notch. Knots. 80 knots. 100. 13. So you have to be careful not to screw up, because it's quite easy to get a tail strike on this aircraft. Okay. Position ready to climb. Gear up. Very careful at taking off with this aircraft. You can easily screw up the tail as you're lifting up. I'll lower the nose a bit so I allow it to sort of gain some speed. Pops up. Starting to accelerate again. Autopilot on, your damper on. Alright, and for management to climb. Notch, notch. Have to take off. Landing gear up, flaps up, power management to climb, engine bleeds on, taxi lights, and altimeter set. So altimeter set, taxi lights can go off, and let's continue with the flight. Procedure complete. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna have to change something here because aircraft is going on in circles really, and I don't want it to do that. Direct to RG. Execute. Okay, so we're going to hold 130 as we climb, and then we're going to select climb speed, which is 170 knots. Okay, so we're on our way now. We're going to hold 170 as we climb to 12,000 feet. So top of climb is not too far ahead, but yeah, just have to keep an eye out now and make sure that we're heading the right way. Okay, so after takeoff checklist is complete, and we now just climb out. We're in a cloud, so we are going to keep anti-icing on. And we can actually turn off the wipers. So we don't need any more of these. Don't need the payload information or any of this anymore. Aircraft should have added lighting, but this is sort of like maintenance. So if you have an issue with the engine or something, you can do mid-air mid-air servicing. So they can add, you can actually add click spot overlay, but this is sort of how it works. So this is something you're gonna have to familiarize yourself with over time. And that's pretty much it. Autopilot disconnect when exceeding limits, so you can actually have that as well. But for now, I'm just gonna keep this page on. So we're good, and let's just continue. Just chime the cabin crew. Set off the seatbelts, just allow the passenger to sort of stretch. But with the weather being as it is, probably wouldn't be wise. But I will turn off the seatbelt signs for now. So yeah, you need to have the you need to have that in a position called notch. So it's equivalent to climb mode in Airbus. Nice view of Liverpool there. So as you can see, we've got what is it? We've got so parameter set to standard. So, but yeah, as you can see, we've got So we've still got some icing, icing undetected. So just got to keep an eye on that. Once we get to cruise, we're gonna be manually flying, manually controlling the throttle there. Alright, we've been cleared to 12,000 feet, and we're going to maintain this altitude for the duration of the flight. So it's going to be at cruising altitude, very low altitude, but we're not traveling far, and we are quite heavy. So yeah. So just about to go through over 10,000 feet. So what we'll do is we'll turn off the landing lights, turn off the wing lights, and let me set off some of these the icing stuff. So side window, keep airframe on, but as you can see, we have icing detected. Alright. So no icing detected anymore, so you don't have to worry about that, so that's good. And okay, and yeah, let's let the passengers sort of move around, which they already are, and we can turn off the gadgets. Alright, we've got the altitude allure. It tells us that we are actually approaching the cruising altitude. So I do need to work on the takeoff quite a bit, because I need to work on the takeoff. Yeah, as you can see, it's very dark outside. There's very little to see, which is unfortunate. Alright, so let me sort something out first. So throttle stability single axis, idle, notch notch. Not sure tolerance. I need to work this out as well. So minus 100. I'm not too sure what this is. I'm not gonna lie. But oh, okay. So the tolerance will give you a little bit more. So at least it's I've got more wiggle room with this. But yeah, I'll keep it there for now. So we're at a cruising altitude and we're accelerating to our cruising speed. So yeah, we're about 227 knots cruising speed. So top of descent is not too far now. Should be So we are at cruise altitude, but it's not showing that we are. Alright, now, so yeah, okay. Yeah, our cruising altitude is 12,000 feet. It should say that on here. Yeah, anyway, so that's that. We're just gonna continue because yeah, it's just have to be careful not to mess around. So nothing to no checklist to deal with at the moment. I think the next one's going to be the descent checklist. Everything else is fine. Flights are going on quite well. Top of the descent is not too far, probably about a few minutes maybe. But yeah, nice and easy. Let the passengers enjoy the aircraft, sort of move around, which is what I'm going to be doing as well, just quickly. So this is sort of what it looks like inside the cabin. A nice little view here. Very bright, so I was hoping they would give us options to sort of dim the lights a bit, especially during night flights. You not really have to have, you're not allowed to have lights lit bright during climb and descent or approach. So it's worth. I'll look into that, see if they can actually, if you're able to turn off the cabin lights. But to be honest, nothing to see outside anyway. It's just water underneath us. This is sort of where they put all the baggage or the cargo, but it's just baggage, I think, but passenger baggage, and sort of use that to strap it across there, this little curtain, and use this curtain to strap it across. So it's only this excess waste left open, and that's it. So it's nice. It's a nice. It's a nice aircraft. Really good, done a good job here with this. So I'm happy to see what they've done so far. To be honest. Okay, so let's get our approach sorted. So go to the flight plan. So our platform altitude, which is the altitude we're going to be sending directly to. Let's move that to there. So it's going to be 2,000 feet, and the go around altitude is 3,000 feet. So 2,000 feet, we're sending that to 2,000 feet, and we are. Let me see. Yeah, if I can prime it. So it should be. Yeah, I can actually prime. I can prime the descent because. VNav will initiate our descent for us. So I can prime the platform altitude, which is 2,000 feet. So yeah, we are now. It's like we should be getting some instructions to come into land. So to start our descent by ATC. Now, as you can see, we've got this very sharp V-turn here, and I need to fix that. Either I'm going to have to go manual, so use heading select, and sort of get us a much better approach angle, a better angle for to come into final, but that's fine. So this is give it some power because we've got a bit of turbulence, so I'm going to turn on the seatbelt sights again. Okay, so we're coming into top of descent shortly. Yeah, top of descent coming up shortly. Okay, so ATC is cleared us to start our descent to 6,000 feet, but I'm going to be following. I'm going to follow the yeah. I'm going to follow the flight plan. A descent is not yet. But yeah, you can't tell, but yeah, it's really it's quite windy outside, so getting buffeted quite a bit. So just moving about. So we're going to have to control the throttle ourselves. We're going to manage the throttles ourselves. So I forgot to put that into cruise, but it doesn't matter now. So our power management should go into cruise once you reach cruise altitude. Alright, so top of the descent is here. So I'll pull back. Okay. Descent checklist. AWS, landing elevation check, FMC nav check, listening height check, arrival briefing check, checklist complete. And the next one is going to be approach checklist. Okay, so you have to click VNav just to make sure that initiate, because you do have to initiate the descent, which is similar to which is I think that's similar to the Airbus as well, so that's fine. So I'm going to put that into, so I'm going to put the power management into, take a go around. And I'm going to get the power up a bit, so we do descend at 240 knots. Alright. So, seatbelts on, landing lights below 10,000 feet, altimeter, cabin altitude, check is complete. Alright, so we shouldn't be so close to 10,000 feet. Turn on the wing lights and landing lights. Alright, so below 10,000 feet, we can now turn on the devices.
Maintain 3,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 8 approach.
I'll also turn on the
Yankee transition.
icing.
Romeo Whiskey Yankee Logan Bravo for Lima Golf.
Alright, de-icing is on, just because we are going through a lot of clouds. So my plan is to go around, so I could, yeah, so I have a better angle to line up with the ALS, runway 8. So let me pull this power back. Now it's a little bit harder to manage your speed when you are in a slow, when you get a little bit lower to the ground. So just have to keep that in mind. Okay, airframe. Alright, good. Yeah, so the lighting is as needed, and just have to keep an eye out for the for this turning here. Okay, so I want to take over. First of all, set the heading to current heading, and then we're going to go for heading select. So we're going to go for heading select. Turn the aircraft a little bit to the left. Okay, just keep an eye out for the power. To be honest, you can easily quite lose out. So managed to descend a little bit better, but this is not a perfect flight. It's more of a okay. So one thing we have to do is keep an eye out for the ILS. We do need to change the nav source to the ILS, so let's keep an eye out for that. So I'm not too sure what the frequency for yeah, I need to find out what the frequency is for the runway 8. Alright, so I've been cleared to 2,000 feet. That's fine. So our airport is just over there, and you can see it's very windy. So we're gonna have a lot of issues. Oh yeah. So we're gonna go up and then turn a little bit further up and then turn right. A slightly bit of 45 degree angle to intercept with the ILS. So just keep an eye on that. So I have to keep an eye over altitude as well. Okay. Before landing, crew, landing gear, flaps, power management, yeah, speeds, icing, just make sure that's on, yes. External lighting as required, so checklist complete. Okay, let the cabin crew know. Then below, I think it's below 80 knots, you select flaps 15. Power management is yeah, is at 10, and we're slowing down now to 140 knots. Put the thrust power lever to idle. Let the aircraft slow down. Sorry, not yet. So you have to wait. Select flaps full. Okay. So next waypoint is CF08. So we're going to do a. We're going to zoom out. Select direct to. CF, accept, and then we are now going to select nav again. So L nav is going to now bring us in. It's going to turn us around. So I'm going to select full flaps. So landing speed is 121. Wind speed is 10 knots, I believe. Still 10 knots. 8 knots, yeah. So 120 is our landing speed. Yeah, I have to be careful because condition lever axis I'm same as my spoiler axis, so I have to keep an eye on that. Okay, so let's have a look outside. So nothing to see, so it's still, yeah, so it's basically flying blind, but instruments have given us the right, yeah, have given them, helping us get to the right place. So I should choose approach. Approach all, but not yet. So traveling fairly slow at the moment, but that's fine. Alright, so traveling a little bit too slow at the moment, but that's understandable. Okay, we can now see the island. Shortly start our turn. Still nicely on vertical profile, so keep an eye on that as well.
Logan Bravo, 4 Lima Golf, you are 8 miles west of Bravo Way.
Okay, 8 miles out.
Tower on 119.0.
So once you complete this right turn here, I'll drop the landing gear. Alright.
119er, decimal 005, Logan Bravo, 4 Lima
Barrow set to stand to local. Take it off standby.
Bay Tower, Logan Bravo, 4 Lima Golf, 8 miles west, inbound ILS runway 8 approach.
We'll be clear to land. We should start our right turn now. Here we go. So once you completed this right turn, I'm going to drop the landing gear and select LS mode, which is basically ILS mode. So let's just complete this turn. There you go, runway in sight. Drop landing gear. I'll also turn on the taxi lights as well. Increase the speed, I have to be careful with that. So I'm going to select approach mode. I'm going to turn off the autopilot. I'm also going to turn off the yaw damper. There we go, 3,000 feet. And now let's hand fly this aircraft. So we're off the glide slope. Okay, I might just have to hand fly this myself.
Clear to land runway 8.
Alright, we'll be clear to land.
Clear to land runway 8 Logan, Bravo 4 Lima Golf.
A bit harder to control the speed at this. Anyway, it should be fine. Bit of a steep descent there, but that's fine. Trying to get to the glide slope. We don't have any ILS frequency selected for us by the FMC, so kind of flying in blind. I'm sorry, flying by eyeball. Just eyeballing the center line and the glide slope as well.
500. Approaching decision height.
Okay.
Decision height.
Landing.
$100. $50, $40, $30, $20, $10.
First full. First is off. Landing lights off.
Logan, Bravo 4 Lima Golf, exit runway 18.
Let's find the next exit. Okay, ghost lock can come on. Alright, I need to find the exit.
Logan Bravo 4 Lima Golf.
Okay, stop the clock. 37 minutes flight time. Okay, off the runway, turn strobe lights off.
Logan Bravo 4 Lima Golf. Contact
Now we can turn off one of the engines, so it sort of allows us to sort of
Niner decimal 005 Logan
well,
Bravo 4 Lima Golf.
taxi with just one engine, so that's actually cost saving measure, but yeah, that's a good option. Let's find the somewhat our parking spot. So we have to request from the ground. So taxi to gate.
Throttle sway ground Logan Bravo 4 Lima Golf. Request taxi
So
to the gate.
while we're off the runway, we can now stop here briefly
Logan Bravo 4 Lima Golf taxi
and do a cleanup.
10 using taxiway Kilo Bravo cross runway 21 Alpha Foxtrot.
Taxiing to gate 10 via taxiway
Okay, we'll be
Kilo
given
Bravo
10.
cross runway 21 Alpha Foxtrot Logan
Okay,
Bravo 4 Lima Golf.
go through, nice and easy. I'm going to turn the starters just in case we need to have an issue. Should have done by the way descending. Lighting, wing lights can go stay on actually because we do need to keep an eye on the propellers. Prop heats can come off, and yeah, so I can actually turn off engine number 1. So what we do here is put it in feather position and then toggle the yeah, so engine is coming off, so you toggle the feather mode to off and it's gone off, so that's good. And then back to the top, turn on the fuel pumps for engine number 1. We can actually turn off the icing for now, seems to be good. 1, 2, release brakes, advance forward to our gate. Okay, so no rain here, which is actually not that bad, but yeah, we've made it. Landing was a little bit off, but that's understandable, on my part anyway. But beyond that, yeah, it was good. Takeoff could have been a little bit better as well. I did take a long time to get off the runway, split the nose, trying to avoid. Sorry, yeah, this is going to be sorry. This is going to be a new segment of each flight I do. So it's like a debrief. So it's all going to be after the flight. Usually when I'm taxiing to the gate. So debrief. First things first. As far as so coming up to a runway here, I should have to be careful. Left is clear. Right is also clear. So yes, debrief. takeoff could have been a bit better. But as far as programming the aircraft and things like that, I'm actually quite okay. Going through the different, going through the checklist in my head, or simplifying the checklist for myself was actually quite good. I could get everything done, and still follow the checklist and make sure everything was right. So the only thing I have to worry about, one thing I have to be, I'm a little bit off about is the fact that I actually, yeah, took a long time to sort of lift the nose off the off from the runway as we're departing, which is unfortunate, but it's just a part of me being very careful. Turn left here to the parking area. So yes, I took a while to sort of lift the nose up, so that's fine. Better to be careful than sorry, and scrub the tail, because I think I did that on the last flight I did to Palma de Mallorca. Cruise was good, takeoff was good. Managed to use the right, was able to use the right after landing checklist, so I've got to do that. Brake here for a sec. So radar standby, flight controls, flaps, probe heats, checklist complete. Yeah, that's all I have to do. So that's a standby. Okay, that's the standby also. SRV standby, so that's what we have to do. And yeah, so basically, takeoff could have done some work. Where is it? Where is it? So clear. Okay, so we are still doing some processing. So anyway, that's fine. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, the takeoff could work on that. Trim was fine. Everything else was fine. The other issue was to do with actually landing. I should have got the ILS frequency before I took off, but I wasn't too worried about it. I thought the aircraft would have that that frequency put in for B, but anyway, it wasn't. So when I was coming into the final, I didn't have any ILS frequency, so I had to sort of eyeball pretty much the whole descent, including the including being able to including the lining up the aircraft with the center line, and also judging the lateral. Okay, I don't know why we stopped. Alright, so that's our parking spot, just right there, just right next to the okay, let's increase the power a bit because we seem to be unable to roll. There we go. So yeah, because we're using only one engine, sort of at half power, so we're gonna have to you have to have a lot more RPM just to get rolling. And yeah, so touchdown could have been better. We've literally all over the runway, but that's also something that the handover from autopilot to myself was a bit clunky, so we have to work on that in the future. So just make sure that have the frequencies on, and make sure that I do have the right, yeah, the frequency and the nav source selected at the right time, including approach. As far as the GOR and altitude, we've got that right as well. So once if you had to misapproach, we'll be able to climb up to 3,000 feet. But that's pretty much it to transport up from the debrief. Let's just turn off the taxi lights and then come in. Okay, let me just bring it nicely around. So it does turn and dime this aircraft, so you can actually do a U-turn, yeah, quite well. Alright, so we've got someone sort of guiding us in. We'll slow down a bit here. Stop. There we go. Parking brakes on. And we're here. So, dome lights on. And yeah, storm lights can come on as well. Yeah, it's on. And that's it. Now what we have to do is go into hotel mode. So we're gonna put the condition lever right for engine number 2 into feather mode. Let's go to the top. Where are we? Let's go to the top, and we're going to need to turn on the engine brakes. So the auxiliary fuel pumps move into this position here. Okay. Turn on the prop brake, and there you go. It stopped the propeller. The engine is still nicely running, and let's turn back to the right seat. And oh yeah, it's hard to see during the night time, so I'm not really that familiar with aircraft. So seatbelts on. Okay, hydraulics are off. Okay, start from the left again. Bleed is off. Started to off. Okay. So nav lights, strobe lights, nav light, beacon lights beacon lights can go off now because the propeller is not spinning. Okay, wing light. Sorry, yeah. Wing, yeah, window shield lights, and then oxygen can also go off as well. And yeah, so this is sort of just working by memory, so it's not perfect. Alright, that's it. So go to close this, go to aircraft, tail prop hold, and we can start the cockpit doors, and then attach, cockpit and cabin door and cargo doors. Wheel chokes. So we can now turn the parking brakes off, and then go to the top, and where is it? Yeah, select ground power. So ground power is connected, and then we can now shut engine number 2, and that take the control lever from feather mode to cut off, and then turn off the fuel pumps. Okay, quickly going through that, through the flows again, just making sure everything is good. Fuel pumps off. Good. I've got yeah, that's good. Hydraulics good. AC good. Oxygen good, and yeah, that's it. Okay, we can let them go off, and when you have nav and logo lights on. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the flight. So yeah, it was actually quite a good flight. I did enjoy this one. Obviously, it's pretty much my second ever flight in this aircraft. I've got a lot to learn yet. Yes, it's more of a jack of all trades than master of any, but so far, yeah, it's better. than my first flight. So yeah, there's a few things I did better in my first flight that I didn't do on this flight. But wherever it is, I will be spending more time in the aircraft. It's probably best for me to sort of spend a long time. I have a few, well, not too long time, but like a few flights on this aircraft because it is an interesting aircraft. To be honest with you, I do prefer my aircraft, which is the Majestic Dash 8. It's my favorite of the aircraft. But yeah, this was okay. Not great, but good for a sort of a reminder flight. So sort of getting myself familiarized with the aircraft and actually flying it and hand flying it more because he is a he's an aircraft that should be hand flown. But anyway, so with that, that's end of the stream. So thank you very much for joining me, and I really hope to see you all again on another stream. So we've got another couple of minutes yet while the aircraft sort of sort stuff out. But let me see if I can actually do a deboard. So it says load. I think you can put that to 0. Let me see if I can do that. So yeah, you can't do a deboard, but anyway, doesn't matter. It's pretty much the flight's pretty much done anyway. I forgot to retract the flaps, but we don't have any. Yeah, there's a lot to remember. That's one thing that I will actually say. There's a lot to remember. It's a very handsy aircraft, especially when you're coming into land. But beyond that, yeah, it's it does require that you pay attention throughout the whole flight, so landing, takeoff, and the whole thing. So yeah, you are yeah, you are going to be needing to do a lot. So anyway, okay, so there's hydraulics is to be one of the hydraulics is to be on still. But yeah, thank you very much, and see you all again very soon. Goodbye.